identification.
Let's go.
Oh, there he is.
There, Eric. Is your mic working?
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, James.
Hey, good to see you. What's saying the bushcraft? Do you feel a sense of relief today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel we got our country back.
We're in the process of getting the country back.
Yeah, it's a long way.
You know that.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Okay, we get Dina B, Grace, Vester, Jennifer's in here, Vester, Jim. We got some weird ER guy, Off Grid World. I think that's PNW, and that's it.
We got Susie D.
Hey,
Oh,
Susie.
yeah, Susie J just came in. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy,
And Dana B.
I said Dana B. That was the first one I said. Yeah.
Kristen, Catherine Sealer.
Oh yeah, there's Catherine coming in.
This is a blanket hello to everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
It's easier than doing chat. Let's go. What I did today.
I like the one thing I like is the media kissing booty.
Yeah.
Oh, he's this and he's that and he's that. Oh, and he looks great. And wait a minute. A couple weeks ago, you're a horrible person this guy was.
Oh, Frank Lutz, whatever his name was on ABC that used to be on Fox a few years ago, the bashing.
Oh, yeah. The one I seen was CBS, and they were just kissing. But the thing I was waiting for was right before Biden, handed over the keys. What was coming, and we saw it, and I knew Fauci would get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, none of us got pardoned because we haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
He can still be brought in front of Congress, though, to testify.
Yep. They can't the Fifth Amendment. They can't plead the Fifth.
Right. So they could get him for perjury. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to see what he was pardoned on. I don't think you get pardoned from anything. I mean, you can go out and do whatever you want, but I think it's from past things that you did while before he was president type of thing.
I saw on I forget where it was, a website, somebody had a link to the list of the pardons. Everything in that pardon is just so generalized. And you figure that then you have legal precedent. No prior president has done this. Will this even hold up if an appeal if somebody challenges it in the court system? That's a big question. There's no legal precedent set at all with this.
I don't know. Well,
it's been done before.
We should be hearing. Well, did somebody get pardoned by a president? Well, there has been governor pardons.
Not in this manner.
Huh?
Not in the manner. The only time was when Ford pardoned Nixon.
Right.
That's the only time where somebody was pardoned for something they hadn't legally been indicted for.
I think that probably the right vernacular would be a blanket pardon like he's given all of these people.
Yeah.
So they can't be charged with anything. I think that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It wouldn't be like, oh, I got this pardon, I can go out and rob a bank and do this and do that and nothing, can't do nothing. I think it has to do with something that you've done before the pardon.
Yep.
I don't think it's just a free thing to do whatever. Because there's been people pardoned from a governor, and then they go and do something afterwards and end up back where they were.
I was surprised to see. I didn't think Bush and the Clintons, the Bushes and the Clintons, were going to be there today.
I figured Bushes would be.
Yeah, W shows up for all that stuff. Big Mike didn't show, but we figured that was going to happen. So
yeah, that divorce thing is the talk of Big Mike and Little Mike, or I mean,
Big Mike and Little Barry.
Is Kamala going to file for unemployment now?
Who knows? Go back to California, they'll take her in. I don't know. They're getting tired of it in California, I think.
Yeah.
It's easy to turn the people that are in the big cities. You go on the outskirts and they're all for Trump and stuff.
Well, I found some news about California. We have the Ukraine war to blame for the fires. You know why? California had a deal. Russia has the largest firefighting airplanes ever made in the world. There was a deal where California was going to buy like 8 of those airplanes, I think it was, a few years ago, where they could have put those fires out in no time. And the deal fell through because of us giving money to Ukraine. I found it on Hal Turner News Radio.
But California was warned about this long before that war started in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
They needed to start back cutting decades ago. They were messing around.
Yeah.
So
everybody made a fun of Trump for saying to rake the leaves up and stuff. And why is that so funny? That's what firemen been doing for years.
Yep. And they've been diverting their fresh water into the ocean for years, which they shouldn't be doing. They should be putting in a reservoir, and it's common sense stuff that they're just.
I've seen on some forums already, where it's mostly farmers. If somebody wants to cut a tree down on their property that died, you got to get a permit in California.
Oh, yeah.
Even in Philadelphia, if you want to cut a tree down, you got to get approval from the city. If it is ridiculous. What they should have done in California is make breaks. Pennsylvania, used to have more fire towers in the early 1900s than any state, because Pennsylvania used to be, Pennsylvania was one of the biggest timber states in the late 1700s and early 1800s. The area up around Wellsboro, because they would have the wood go down the barges of the Susquehanna River. Well, to stop forest fires, they just started clear cutting areas and let other areas go, because you make these strips and the fire is not going to spread as easily. But the brains in California wouldn't allow that because it could affect a squirrel's life or some bird.
Yeah, I remember this been years ago. I had in Phoenix, I came up with a cool little idea is painting the curbs with your address, and I made buku bucks with it, and then other people stole the idea and it spread all over the place. So when I was in LA, I was like, well, I was actually in the Long Beach area, and I said, well, it might be a good way for me to make some money. And I went door to door and asking them, and they said, no, you can't do that. We need a permit before you can paint on our curb. What?
Right.
It'll be done in less than a half an hour. And yeah, and that was a good while ago too. Hey there, what?
Hey, what?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what? How you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Sorry, I'm late. I had to do an interview with Vice News.
Okay.
Is 101 in chat?
Do what?
Is 101 in chat because people have mentioned his name?
Well, he must be then, or saying that
I don't see his name there though.
Yeah.
He's so short, I can't hardly see him. I think I see him down there.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about?
Well, we started off with the pardons.
A 101's sick, I say. He's gonna still do his show, Bushcraft.
Oh, okay.
We'll bear with you, 101.
Yeah, we got also got Gail King was whining and stuff about
Oh gosh.
Trump's little party going on.
Well, that just ruined my evening.
Yeah. Complaining about, it's all a bunch of white people there.
Oh, yeah.
Why is that the first thing you notice? That tells me that you are
a race baiter.
Yeah.
Yep. That is a racist comment for that to be.
Be careful there, Jim.
Yeah, what's with all the Floridians in Florida? What's up with that?
Now. Watch it now. What? What are we talking about? We still licking our wounds from the Buccaneers losing.
I know your pain, my friend.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, I can't believe Detroit went out in the first round. Well, it's actually the second round.
I'm surprised they made it this far. They don't have a defense.
No.
They had a bye week though. They lost Saturday. I can't believe. You know what I predict? I predict the Eagles lose to the Redskins because the Eagles, I think, beat the Redskins twice in the regular season. By the law of averages, they're bound.
Detroit beat them too when they had a defense.
Yeah. And I won't say let's go Eagles because of Eric.
Well, hey, you have a right to like whoever you want.
I don't care who wins. It's not going to improve our life.
I'm hoping Josh from the Buffalo Bills gets a ring. He's done his time. It's time for them.
I just want to see the Chiefs lose.
No, I don't want to see a three-peat. No.
I want to see the Chiefs lose.
Hey, little Frenchie, how's it going today? Good to see you. What else? The guillotine. You see the anti-Trump protesters out with the guillotine.
No, where was that in DC or?
And it was according to them, which I was like, it's awful brave, but this is anti-Trump protesters bring out guillotine to threaten the 47th president.
I missed a little today. I had to shovel snow.
I still haven't shoveled snow. So.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I got like overall probably a foot. But what was it? Friday and Saturday when we had that heat wave of 34 degrees.
Mm.
In the rain, it melted in that heat wave.
Oh, we didn't get much rain from that, just a little. It made a mess to take Holly out. Actually, it got to about 40 out here. That was a heat wave.
Yeah, it was. Oh, you got to 40? Wow,
No,
must be nice.
Well, they got to 40 in Philly.
We're the main roads around here are fine because they got tons of salt, but the side streets and my little hill is still icy which is, I kind of like it because nobody comes up here now because there's construction. So they go all the way around the construction instead of taking the shortcut over the hill. It makes it nice because I usually don't hear anything. Every once in a while you hear trying to get up the hill. Hey, Josh.
It wouldn't be that bad out there today if it wasn't for the winds.
Oh, yeah, that wind was cold.
I had to put my hood on today because my neck was getting freezing shoveling.
Wait until tomorrow.
I know. That's why I finished today. My wife did a lot this morning before I got up even. I told her, don't break your back doing it, but she don't listen to me. Hey, Life with Bobby.
Yeah, I went and I wasn't planning on going out, but I went to a doctor's appointment. And estimated, because I don't know what my weight was after Christmas. I knew what it was before Thanksgiving. So I was at 235. So I went in today and I'm down to 114, 214. And
how'd you lose the weight?
Carnivore. I wasn't really after the losing the weight because I was more into the inflammation and lowering my blood pressure. And I went in and I didn't check my blood pressure the whole time I was on the carnivore, which the guy said that was reckless of you and whatever. And he said, and I went and it was 114/70. And that's the lowest my blood pressure has ever been, even when I was 16 years old.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's, since I told him that I was on a carnivore diet. He said, well, we're going to have to do some extra tests because carnivore is very bad for your health. And I'm like, well, from what I can see, the inflammation in my knees and in my chest and stuff has went down quite a bit. And evidently I lost weight, but that I wasn't thinking about that. And I said, my blood pressure's been the lowest it's ever been. And that's probably just a temporary thing. So he's taken I went and got a bunch of blood tests done to see. He's going to try to find something for me to stop doing the carnivore diet.
I mean, I'm not a medical expert, but the fact that you lost weight and your blood pressure's reduced,
yeah,
to what you're doing if I were you.
Well, I could see it in some of the things he said. He said when you eat all that eggs and beef and stuff, your cholesterol is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, your triglycerides. That's what he's looking for.
It didn't. Wait, let me see if I still have it up. Oh, no, I don't. I can even give my results for today because this thing is good because he's supposed to call me, by the way. When my tests are done, I never got a call.
Well, how long have you been on the carnivore diet?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh, there's my lipid let's see. Oh, huh. He said, because before I was on the carnivore diet, my HDL, that's the one, and he said that's one of them we need to get down. And he said that it was over 100. It's 34.
I'm starting to think it's more that he just wants to dictate that he's right.
Oh, it's
The test show that you switching the diet was the best thing for you.
Yeah.
You feel better.
Yeah. What else is there? Some of these other ones, the AST.
What's your LDL?
I'll have to find that one.
Have you been cooking with a lot of olive oil?
No, that's not meat.
No, but I'm just saying, like sometimes, like cooked potatoes. If you were,
that's not meat.
But you're not eating. You're just eating all meat and eggs now.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never researched that diet.
That's the carnivore. You don't eat anything that doesn't come from an animal.
An animal. What about fish?
I haven't eaten fish. You want to kind of, well, that wouldn't be bad. And if you want to lose weight, you eat more fat.
What about chicken? That's a lot.
Yeah, I've had chicken.
Put a little olive oil on the skin.
No, that's not, olive oil isn't meat. It comes from a plant.
But
I gotta use butter.
But that's good for lowering cholesterol and blood pressure.
But it's, I don't have a problem with it. If I had a problem with it, then I could see the difference. But and it is 78, the LDL. Is that what you asked for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not eating any bread whatsoever with this diet?
No.
Just it has to have come from an animal. Okay.
Yeah. The ALT, whatever that thing is, it's blood something other, was 20. Here's my sodium, which he said my sodium would probably go through the roof because eating extra salt and stuff, which you need a good salt to get minerals back into your body because you're not eating them.
I crave salt. I take salt out of the bag of pretzels at the bottom. My blood pressure isn't even high.
Sodium was 137, and that's just right above the lowest range. The 147 is still good, but at the highest peak. Potassium was 4.3, which is right in the middle. Chloride, which is 101, which is in the middle. CO2 is at 24, which is good. Only thing that was high was my glucose, which it was 3 points over what it was. And that it was probably because of the
fruitcake.
Electrolyte water.
Oh.
And like I could go through every one of these, and it came out good. So I don't know what he's going to try to say. Well, you can't do this because of that. But I told him, he asked if I had any heart issue, during the time, because before I was still having palpitations and things like that. And he said, asked me if I had any of those. I said, no. Actually, it's gotten a lot better. Oh, really?
Hmm.
And because I didn't want to go and bring up when can I start weaning myself off these medications, because they don't want to hear that.
They want to keep people on the plan.
Oh yeah, because at 117 over 70, I can get out there and lift weights now.
Good.
Which I don't want to do that now because it's 5 degrees outside.
Speaking of lifting weights, I've been pulling more muscles than ever because our basement, the basement's underground, and
Cold.
the back's, is above ground. It's like an icebox down there.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I mean, we're having a colder January around here than we had last January or the year before.
Yeah. Well, I don't like to say it, but we need it.
We need this cold weather.
Yeah. I don't think we need as much, but a week is good. Then you can go back to warm weather. But
Well, who knows what spring's going to behold? Are we going to have a late spring? We usually have a January thaw, and we haven't had that yet.
I'm hoping February isn't that bad, but yeah, we're almost to February already. So
You figure Groundhog's Day, winter's halfway over.
yeah, isn't that February 2nd?
Yep, that was my father's favorite holiday.
What? To kind of get back on the Trump thing, I heard a lot of comments and stuff today about God doesn't want Trump being president because he made it cold for his
Oh gosh.
his inauguration. I'm like, well, do you think if God didn't want somebody being president, do you think he'd just make it cold for that day? No. There's no president.
How do they know what God wants? That's very arrogant of a human being.
Yeah, if God didn't want him being president, he wouldn't have had him turn his head an inch.
Well, just like the last president we had, there's a reason for everything. I think everybody that follows the teachings of Christ knows that there's a reason for everything.
Oh yeah,
and it takes the older I get, the more I believe that, because you look back and you think if this hadn't happened, that wouldn't have had to happen.
yeah.
My dog didn't take long this morning at all. She didn't like being in the snow.
Yeah, I bet you didn't. You had a very unhappy dog.
Their paws get cold.
Yeah, I remember a few times going out when I had chickens during the cold. I'd open the chicken coop and let them run out, and when it was real cold, they would run out, and run back in. It's the funniest thing because they were all cooped up in there. It was nice and warm, and they were ready to go. And they get out there and it's like, run back in. And I just close it back up until the next day because no use leaving it open because they ain't going to go out. Hey there, Ed. Oh, yeah. I was challenged by a whistle stop, or is it whistles top, to do a cooking challenge. I'm supposed to do a meal in 30 minutes, which me being a carnivore, that's kind of easy. All I got to do is cook meat. But and it's supposed to be done on a grill or a griddle, and I don't have either one, so um, I'm just going to do it in the Instapot.
You can't use a blowtorch?
Nah, I don't know if I would want to do that. But like I said, I'm just going to use the Instapot, and I'm just going to make. I was going to make this a sausage soup, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it with a hamburger instead. It should turn out pretty good.
Now, speaking of hamburger, are you buying the high percentage that has a low fat, or?
No, you want, well, see, that if you want to lose weight, you go for the everything with a lot of fat.
Okay.
Because fat burns fat. Because once you get all that crap out of your system from eating all the processed foods and the sugars and the high fructose junk, once that's out of your system, then your body wants to feed, and if there's nothing for it to feed, then you introduce it to fat, and it'll, once it starts eating that fat, it'll start eating your fat, and that's when it starts dropping off. Now, I didn't go straight for the real fatty stuff. I was kind of going for the lean stuff. I still am, because I'm not so keen on losing a ton of weight really fast, because that's not always healthy.
Yeah, look what happened to Karen Carpenter.
So, and they said usually the first couple weeks is you're dropping water anyway. It has nothing to do with your fat, because it's you're burning all that stuff. Hey, Kat.
Because I think 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat.
It depends where it's coming from too. What else did we have? Oh, and of course, the media, the first thing that they do is show, if you're going to stay up here, lay down. All the illegal aliens crying because their appointments have been terminated.
Yeah, they took their app away, their phone app that Joe gave them.
Yeah, they all had these. And now, if he would have done this at first, which wasn't his plan, his plan was to bring a bunch of votes over. It still didn't work for him. But he signed this thing in the last month he was here to, if you wanted to come in and become a citizen, you had to make an appointment. Well, why couldn't you done that at the beginning? Wait, but you wait until the end and do this? Yeah, ain't getting them phones back. They'll take them back to Mexico with them and resell them.
Maybe they should have a phone buyback program.
I wouldn't put it past probably 80-90% of those phones that were already sold when after they got them, because they ain't never had a phone, the majority, and give them a phone, they're like, oh, I can sell this and get some money for it.
We'll be doing the people a favor. They won't be freezing. The ones that are living in the tents.
Yeah, that it wasn't them living in tents. It was our homeless and our veterans living in tents. They were living in motels in New York.
It all depends where. We had someone that's a nurse that said they were treating the migrants for frostbite because they were living in the county seats borough and nobody was taking care of them. I mean,
That's all baloney.
and the thing is, how are they going to? I'm not going to mention the channel. Somebody thinks that this is all different. That Trump, is going to go after other people besides the illegals, and I don't believe it. How are they going to? First of all, I did some research. For ICE to come in someone's house, they have to have a warrant issued by a judge. How are they going to find out where all these people are and track them all down? I thought they were going to use their cell phones to do that.
Yeah, that's where it's not going to be all instant. The 21st, all the immigrants are going to be on boats and out the door already. This is going to take years.
Years, yep.
This is not overnight thing. Just like it's not going to be, our country's not going to be fixed on the 20th, which he did sign some things, but just signing a piece of paper doesn't make it like instantly fixed.
It may not even get done during all of Trump's term.
Oh yeah, and you sit there and think about it. All the little things. As soon as he signs it, it has to be filed and all the paperwork done. It has to go to another thing, and there's weeks of that going through all the chain of red tapes and all that stuff for it to do anything.
There's going to be all these court cases, and then some judge is going to side with the liberals, and it's going to get appealed. It's just like it's going to be like a good analogy. It's going to be like trying to get rid of an invasive species of plants or fish or insects.
Yeah, there's still a lot of them that are in these hotels and motels, and you notice there isn't very much of the media going into these rooms and seeing how they're living anymore. All of a sudden, those stories disappeared.
And our Constitution doesn't. Okay, the constitutional rights only apply to U.S. citizens. I've had this conversation with certain family members. I've had people tell me everyone in the world has a right to come here. No, they don't. They have a right to come here if they try to do it legally, but nobody has a right to come across the border illegally.
No, I mean, what would be the point of a border?
Yep.
Even the word border.
What concerns me, Bushcraft, is once they start doing this, some of these people are going to literally run to the hills, and I hope they don't show up out here in the country where I am in the suburbs. Well,
it's not that. I talked about it last week in a video where, and oddly enough, whenever I brought that out, these stories stopped happening. In the media. I'm not saying they stop, but a lot of these illegals are heading south and they're doing bad things, breaking into places and whatnot. Allegedly, yeah, according to some media sources, they're allegedly breaking into places and stuff. And it got big news in California, because of the celebrities and stuff, homes being raided, and a few politicians, their homes, or their extra homes, I should put it.
Well, I saw on another channel, I won't even tell. Some people claim ICE is just gonna start coming in everybody's home. No. They're not gonna do that. And the thing. I was joking with my wife today. Do you have your birth certificate? I don't know where mine is. If I have it after we settled my parents' estate and found stuff in their collection, in their boxes. But it's like, I don't think anybody has to worry if they're an American citizen that ICE is just going to come into your house and start searching for illegals.
That's silly.
But that's what the left is trying to, get out there. Because I do watch some of the leftist channels, believe it or not, just to see what they're saying. I figure it's good to look at both sides of the coin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I want to tell B Charming at the parade thing, I think it was, he did sign some more. Trump has signed some more of these executive orders in front of the public.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's too much going on to keep track of this today.
Yeah. You won't hear a lot of it until the upcoming weeks, and then they'll have a list. The media will put a list of stuff, and they'll talk about how bad it is and everything. Boy, B's dumping all kinds of stuff on people, and she always gets the icky stuff. She never gets the good stuff. She dumped a bucket of boogers. Oh, did you hear? Oh, what's that Cortez lady? Her little statement.
Sandy Cortez? What about her?
Her little statement, which I can't repeat.
Oh,
Stuff, but yeah.
I'm sure it was wonderful.
Yeah. Asked if she was going to the Trump's thing, and she said no, because I don't support.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Well, way I look at it is some of the things right off the bat that I agree on. First one being the military. Anyone that was, and we have to be careful talking about this, anyone that had been discharged because they wouldn't get juice can be reinstated. Not saying they will be, they can be, and all that back pay, they'll get paid. Now you hear the media really go, we can't afford all this money, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. You can send it overseas.
Exactly.
Well, Trump isn't going to have a time for any more TV shows. They're not going to do a Welcome Back Trump like Welcome Back Kotter. We're going to see Trump on TV.
Oh, that's funny.
When they make that joke out, Welcome Back Trump.
Oh. Welcome back.
Right? Who's going to play Vinny Barbarino?
Oh boy.
Who?
Or Horshack.
What? When? Where? How?
Prepare for that.
Why?
Yeah. That wasn't nice what Bushy Butt just did to Grace.
Oh, did Grace get nailed? Let's see.
Charming dumb transgender saliva over Grace's head.
Oh man, who put that in the?
The bot didn't do it.
Charles.
B. Sherman did it.
Yeah. Yeah, but she had to get it out of a bag of tricks there. Wow.
Oh, that was so funny. So specific.
Oh, wow.
Well, Grace will be back in a few minutes. She has to go
Grace
clean
is
up.
off.
She'll need a whole body shower for that one. Poor Grace.
You know, when Trump went into the White House for the first time, I wish they had doors that opened inward, because what he should have done is not let the the Marines opened the door for him. He should have walked up to it and kicked it with his feet and walked in. That'd have been talked about for generations.
What the hell, B?
One thing I have to say is none of my liberal family members have made any post on Facebook today.
Oh,
Maybe they're trimming their hair.
I've seen quite a bit. Not supporting this person because he grabs things, and you know the saying they always say, but
Grace.
After watching,
that's the thing that always comes up, and I'm like, is that the worst thing that he could do for you not to like a person? I said, he's a man, and evidently he didn't get in trouble for what he did. Yeah.
I was disappointed, real disappointed to find this out. Like, you know how the Village people performed at the Trump rally, YMCA? Well, I decided to, I said to my wife, are there any YMCAs left in this area? Well, there are, and they're all woke.
I haven't seen one of them in a while. I do know what's going around like crazy is Snoop Dogg. What he said the first time around, that anybody that goes to support Trump is certain thing. Uncle, you know who?
Yeah.
And that type of person. And guess who performed?
Most people that say those references, they've never even read Uncle Tom's Cabin. You know, they just see a meme or something, and it sticks in their mind as that's the talking point to use in a debate or a confrontation. 99% of them probably never even read the book.
Oh, you got YMCA's down there?
Oh yeah, we got them here.
Yeah, I don't. There may be one in Columbus, but not around here.
That was a required reading book when I was in high school. What?
Yeah. Good old days when people read books, huh?
Yep.
Imagine those days.
What a concept.
Yeah. Now you get homework and to read a story or something, and it's online.
Yeah. Or clip notes or a movie. You know, they done made movies about most of the books now. So
yeah. I remember when my daughter had Indian in the Cupboard. She had to do that, and I said, "Well, can't we just watch a movie?" She said, "No, the book is totally different." I said, "Really? I didn't know. I never read the book or anything." And she was telling me different things compared to the movie and stuff, how the movie got this part wrong, and like, oh, that's cool.
Another one was To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah. That was a good one.
I remember having to read Shakespeare, and that was rough. Even in reading it, you'd have to read over the same paragraphs like 5 times to catch on. But after you started reading it for a while, it kind of came normal, which is weird.
We had to do that in my 10th grade literature class. We did Romeo and Juliet, and I got selected to read the parts of Benvolio, which was a character in Romeo and Juliet. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it's one of those things, you got to read over it before you read it.
I hope they had a girl read the Juliet part.
Of course.
I have to set that up so it doesn't go through my speakers.
I couldn't envision what life reading the Juliet part at all.
I could do it. It just wouldn't sound nice.
No, it wouldn't sound nice. Hey, Lake Fairy's in chat. Good to see you, Lake.
You didn't hear and no, it's not. She has a beard. She has appeared.
Well, that was Old English, I guess, back then.
What, women having beards?
Yeah, that was definitely Old English.
Yeah, the way
Right about that one.
they wrote and the way they talked.
Oh yeah.
Brother.
And the meaning of the words have changed over time. That's why it was so hard to grasp the intent of every paragraph.
Texas shrimp.
Hey, Lake.
How you doing tonight, Lake?
You know when the first time the presidential inauguration was held on the 20th of January?
Was it Reagan in 85?
Lincoln.
Or way
Wasn't
before then.
it? Was Lincoln, wasn't it?
It was FDR in 1937 was the first presidential inauguration held on January the 20th. Previously, it was held on March 4th. Did you also know that today in 1945, FDR was inaugurated for his fourth presidential term?
Yeah.
Only president to do that.
Yeah. And probably his wife did the majority of the work that last one.
Yep.
Was it Eleanor?
Yep.
Yeah.
The last time the inauguration wasn't held outside was 40 years ago today in 1985 when Reagan did it. He moved it inside.
I think that was for his second term. He moved
Yep.
it inside.
Yeah, Reagan was the first president I was old enough to vote for in 80.
He also became the second ever U.S. president to serve two non-consecutive terms.
Yeah.
The only other president to do that was Grover Cleveland. He was the 22nd and 24th president.
Speaking of Cleveland, I hope they maybe with Trump being in office, they'll go back to being called the Cleveland Indians, and the same with the Redskins.
I still call them that.
Yeah.
I call them that, but
I mean, heck, the Redskins this year, I mean, they won 4 games last year. I mean, they're doing a heck of a lot better, you know? I mean,
Big turnaround.
total 360. And it's weird because the guy that's the coach of them now used to be the coach of the Falcons, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just different fit, you know? Different places work better for different people.
Yeah.
Andy Reid was the coach of the Eagles.
Yeah.
No, he was also the DC for Dallas. He came from Dallas.
He's
Yeah.
always been a winning coach. I think I always liked him.
Yeah. And it goes back to that players coach thing. You can tell the difference.
Say, Andy Reid, you just won your 5th Super Bowl. What do you want to do now? I want a cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger. Let's get this interview done.
Yeah, some of the memes are going crazy already. I think I can get away with tossing some memes up here. So don't repeat it.
All right. I may laugh. Wait, is this the meme? Are we the meme? Can't see it. The live ticker's in the way.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice I had the ticker on.
I get the gist of it, though.
Well, where is that? There we go. Yeah, nobody will know who me and Jim are because the ticker was covering our names up.
Speaking of Trump, they had Nebraska beef for lunch. I saw.
I'm surprised he didn't
Nebraska beef.
go out and get some McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean,
I would hate going that long to eat lunch.
that's crazy. Dude's got enough money to strangle a mule, but he still goes to the Mickey D's.
Oh, and guess what? Trump, my new official Trump meme. He put his own meme out. Where's the button?
Well, I went to the White House website this afternoon. Looks so much better.
Fight, fight, fight.
That's some signature.
Yeah, and he does it. He does it almost perfectly every time, the same way.
His autograph on something will be worth something.
Oh, and we got to put this up there because this was being complained about.
Oh,
What she put on hers. Her praying became a meme.
huh.
I liked her outfit tonight, the one she wore last night. It almost looked like a cape. That her outfit.
Oh, she looked really good.
And the one today too with the hat.
Yeah, when
She really didn't mingle with a lot of people, though.
they kicked the Bidens to the helicopter.
I thought she had on her Goodfellas outfit today.
Yeah.
Seen that one meme. I said, "Man, where's the Tommy gun at?"
Let's see. Oh, I can't put that one.
What?
Why not?
It's YouTube.
Oh, okay, too risky.
Oh, the meme warriors they're at work. They're working overtime.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know it had to be a rough day for him. With all the stuff he had going on and whatnot. And just getting into the White House, then going back out and coming back in, all that humbo jumbo stuff.
Oh yeah, it's been nonstop all weekend.
Yeah, he'll be up there. There'll probably be stuff from him in the office right away in the morning. I don't think he'll sit there and wait, Yeah, a lot of people said that all the Bitcoin and everything that's been going crazy will crash. I just looked and they didn't crash.
What concerns me is tomorrow we're going to reach our debt limit. And that's going to take a lot of finagling because if the government defaults, the stock market will crash. And Joe spent so much money that wasn't included in that at the end. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, and there's money that they'll find out afterwards, or maybe not even this term, that was spent.
And you hear that? I forget if I mentioned it a few days ago, how Janet Yellen's computer got hacked that has all this stuff on it, the government records. I don't believe it. I think they're just saying that.
Yeah, most of the stuff I don't believe. And anybody looking for a T-shirt, this is one of the top selling T-shirts right now. Come on, there we go.
Does it have a pocket? Okay.
Some would say, yeah.
I need to
Oh,
pop my reading glasses. What?
oh yeah. I'll probably ride to the flea market this weekend, and all the merch people will have their stuff out. You know it.
Oh yeah, I got to make that money. What else? Let me see. There's probably going to be memes of Bernie.
It'd be hard to track, but just merchandise alone with his image on it is sold a lot. I mean, you're talking in the billions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Even if it's nothing even nothing that he's putting out. You know, there's stuff that people make and sell.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Flags, shirts, hats. I mean, you name it.
There's probably more, but I'm just not seeing too many of them now. A lot of them was earlier.
Yeah, and JD Vance's kids behaved pretty well today. Good parenting. I'm thinking of that because Grace from New York City mentioned how Elon didn't bring his son with him today, Mini-Me.
Yeah, the whole. I'm still on the fence with Elon and all that. Still, we'll have to see.
Well, I have my concerns about AI and cyborgs, always will.
Oh yeah. Well, right now they put stuff out like you can go to a website and make a video of Trump saying whatever you want him to say, and you can put that video out, and most time it won't be getting taken down.
But YouTube doesn't want the truth at the same time. You can put all these GIs on there, and you speak the truth in certain areas, just like certain words, and that's it.
Oh wow. I don't know if I can talk about this, but and I don't know if it was Trump's doing or what, but that's what they're saying. Trump shuts down pro baby deletion website because it was a .gov. He shut it down, and I just checked, and it is down. It is.
See, I know it shouldn't be a government website. That's an independent.
Yeah, I know. But that's, they made it that. I mean, last administration did. So that's one thing he had done evidently already. It is shut down. Let's see what else we got on here.
It is interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing. Of course, it had already started, but the countries over in Europe and around Ukrainish areas have already started pulling their support.
Yeah, Germany did. They're not going to give any more money.
Just not Germany. There's a lot of them.
I know. That's going to end the war.
Well, Trump said he would, and even if he doesn't go over and talk to people to do this stuff, it's already started before he even got sworn in.
I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer. If they run out of ammunition, okay, against Russia, what are they going to do?
Well, see, that's the thing. If you go and say all the money that they've gotten from us, well, just from us, we'll leave it at that. Not the other countries that put in billions, but just from us. If you bought all the ammunition, the vehicles, the planes, the whole shebang, you would still have enough money to feed multiple countries
Mm-hmm.
for life. Where did all this extra money go?
It got funneled back.
We know where it went, but
It came back here.
well, no.
Sure it did. That's the money laundering capital of the world. One way or another, a lot came back here.
Well, I'm not going to say it didn't come back here. It went to another bank that's not in the United States.
Right. But people in the U.S. can access that bank.
Yeah.
The ones that have the passwords and usernames.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what happens to the stock market the next few days. And the price of oil.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of stuff in the next few weeks and stuff.
Yeah, I'd really like to see him implement his 10% interest rate, no higher than 10% on any credit card.
Yep.
Well, that'd be nice.
That would be those fat cats. You know how much money they're pulling in, these big banks with credit cards?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's people are trillions of dollars in debt, not billions, trillions. And it's you know, what are they, 23%, 29%? It's crazy.
And I'm all for the tariffs. If anybody wants to buy something like from Temu, AliExpress, right now it probably takes 30 days for these to go into effect.
Probably at least, if not months. But I wouldn't mind the Social Security. Those who are disability getting Social Security not to pay taxes. That would be nice.
Our government's been taking money out of there. They've been robbing citizens. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and CZD, Trump brought up, he was saying during his speech at the parade I saw earlier, how in the past 2 years, 14 whales have died off the coast of Maine after they put the windmills in. And 14 in the past 2 years, and only 2 whales had died in the previous 14 years. And some people want to say, figure, I know what's going on with those windmills. When those windmills are connected to a structure, and that's bolted to the ocean floor, there's a vibration that occurs when those turbines are turning, and then the vibration resonates in the ocean floor, and the winds and the dolphins can't take the sound of that.
Well, it's even in the air, you can hear it, and so many birds die from those things. It's not even funny. If you go out, I've been to the ones in California, and you can, because they're huge. I mean, you can see feathers and carcasses all around them because they're confused. They go towards it because it's the sound.
They don't know what they are until they hit them.
Yeah.
It's such a waste. And last week we got another, in the U.S. mail, this place in Washington, D.C. about going green. Well, the electric rate was like $1.25 a kilowatt hour versus Pico's 95 cents a kilowatt hour versus AEP Energy 70. I think it's now 76 cents a kilowatt hour. And they're trying to say it's cheaper than fossil fuel and cleaner. It isn't.
Yeah. Even though they're to get that electricity, there's still so many still using coal and gas to generate that electricity.
You figure in China where they have a lot of electric cars, Trump was saying how the air pollution from the coal fire plants to create the electricity takes 3 to 5 days to get over here with the winds.
Well, one of the biggest things for the climate issues and whatnot isn't what comes out of the motor, out of the exhaust. One of the most deadliest things is the dust off of the brakes. It's more deadlier than for the environment and for the ozone and the whole shebang. Even if you use an electric vehicle, the dust that is generated from them brakes, because the extra weight is worse than a very bad smoking 80s Ford Fairlane. And this is all proof. This is not me. This is them fancy scientists that know everything. And you would never think that dust from a brake pad would do something like that. Okay,
that makes sense with
you
the
take it
particles they
easy.
use. Yeah.
You're muted, Jim.
Oh, my wife is putting dishes away. Just the brakes in the car. Okay, they've done studies. All the dust that gets on the roads from the brake pads of a car make a lot of air pollution.
Yeah.
And those brake pads are made out of cashew oil. Listen, I got to take off now because my wife wants to computer bushcraft.
Okay.
I'll see you guys later if 101 is on at 9:40.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on. Take care, one life, Eric. I'll see you guys later.
You have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thanks. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you later.
Ooh, the Texas windmills that were installed were not winners. Ooh, I bet you that they'll have havoc during the Arctic blast or whatever they're calling it now, the vortex.
Yeah. The Siberian vortex, I think that's what they called it.
Well, they come up with some dandies for names for these things.
I don't know. It scared me. Anytime I hear Siberia, I just think of brutally cold weather.
Yeah.
They say there's a chance for us tomorrow evening, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to 49 degrees right now, partly cloudy.
Maybe will be able to make a bigger snowman.
I hope not. If it ices or snows in the evening, like they say, that's going to be even worse because it's not going to have no time to thaw out, and it's just going to freeze overnight and be a mess in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it was here. That it got warm and it rained and everything. Everybody's like, "Oh, excited because all the snow got removed and everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, but tonight it's going back below freezing." Yeah, water freezes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace has got it. Mechanics smoke and replace your brakes at the same time. Double trouble. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when I did it, they were asbestos brake pads.
Yeah, and there's still some that come that the Bendix stuff that comes from Mexico. They still have them.
Yeah, I think they just took the amount, an acceptable level, as they say.
Yeah.
But back, years ago, that was some dusty stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too cold because the price of orange juice went up so dang high.
Yeah, it's definitely messing with some crops for sure.
Yeah, and you guys still got a lot of green beans that's going out still until California switches over. Carol Z, we don't want to hear about your heat wave over there at 58 degrees.
Yeah, it was like that here. I think it was Saturday. We got up to 60, but then it rained, and I think the low was only 52. So, I mean, that wasn't too bad.
That low that came through, we got some wicked weather off the Gulf. Trees down,
Mm.
high winds.
Oh yeah, you know why? It's not for health because they can sell twice as many packs of cigarettes then. Instead of smoking one, they have to smoke two to get that nicotine.
Yeah.
They've done this over the years.
Oh,
That's not
yeah.
the first time. You go back and smoke a cigarette, Luckies or Pall Malls and stuff like that. It chokes somebody nowadays.
Yeah. They dilute everything else. So, yeah, they would definitely dilute that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it going down to 39? Ooh. Yeah, I remember the last time I was in California. It was uh, just outside of Eureka, and I discovered what uh, fishing was in the ocean. With them waves and stuff coming in. Because I was always used to sitting on the side of a pond or a riverbank or something like that. It's a whole different ball game when you have waves and stuff. Because you have to get out there and back up into the dry parts.
Hmm.
The first time I almost lost my pole.
You surf fishing? You were?
Do what?
I said you were surf fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
You know what a lot of guys do down here? I'm sure they do it everywhere. They actually will take a small drone
Oh, yeah.
and they'll fly their bait out. I mean, way out, 100 yards,
Yep.
drop it, and then you're all set.
Yep. I've seen that. But I remember the first time I did that. Um, I just thought standing in a dry spot and tossing it out, and I'm wondering why I wasn't getting anything. And dude came by and he says, "You ain't done this before, have you?" And I said, "No." And he says, "You have to get out there in there, and you have to well that thing way far out there
Yeah.
because where you're tossing it the waves and everything he was telling me about, it's just going to get turned around, and fish are not going to be in that area. You have to get it past
Past,
the
past the
break,
break,
the
past the
break."
breakers. Yep.
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, okay." And I went out there and um, I waited for the water to go down, and I ran out there and as the bait is flying through the air, kaboom!
Mm.
I held on that pole though, and I'm getting rolled around and
You're West Coast.
yeah,
Okay. I was gonna
yeah,
say those are Cali waves, and
yeah. Uh, I learned real quick. Just because the water's going out doesn't mean it's going to stay there. It comes back.
well, I didn't know
Oh
Jim
man,
went. Night, Jim.
I I actually got I actually caught a fish too. Um, and The guy
Sandbag?
told me, don't touch it. Don't touch it. And
Oh, a sea robin?
I don't know. I still don't know what it was. And he handed me some pliers, and he said, grab the hook and then
Right.
do this. And he says, make sure it goes back into the water, because you don't want nobody stepping on it.
Oh.
And I was like concerned after that. I was like, there's fish I can't touch.
Hey, Joe.
But what was it? Some kind of perch that I actually ate that night. And a couple other ones I just let go back in. But no, it wasn't a puffer fish. I know what the puffer fish is. It was something else. He said not to touch it, or don't leave it on the bank. He says some because there were some fish that he tossed up there for the seagulls to eat. Evidently, he didn't like those fish, but yeah, I let them all back in the water because even though some of them got taken before the waves come back and got the fish. But yeah, I remember it got really cold one night. I was out there fishing, and I was like, I didn't know California got cold.
Yeah, I looked at the weather map and it showed pretty much the majority of the country in blues, except for like a little tip of Southern California and the bottom tip of Florida.
Yeah, we're on today. We were on we had a level 1 still. I guess the other day when I went out, it was a level 2. I wasn't supposed to be out.
What does that mean?
Emergency vehicles only.
Oh, as far as weather related?
Well, you can go if you have to work or something. You can go. I think that level 3 is the only emergency vehicles. One of those. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that's probably like a wintry mix advisory.
Yeah. Right now is be cautious because the roads are not good, and it's because of the ice. Because they haven't put ice everywhere, especially in the city. There's streets that still have snow on them. Yeah, we're looking at that was yesterday. Oh, 2 degrees.
Wow.
Going down, which it's according to my thing outside, which when I look at the weather, it says Coshocton, but they get it from Zanesville. And Zanesville is always warmer than us here, which is only 40 miles away, 30, 40 miles away. But we are sometimes 5 to 10 degrees colder than Zanesville is, which is very interesting. I think it's because the river and whatnot, but I'm not a scientist. Yeah, tomorrow, actually we're supposed to get below 10 tonight sometime. And then tomorrow it gets up to whopping 14 degrees. And then Wednesday's 13 degrees. Thursday is 26, Friday 24, and Friday, I don't know how we're going to survive that heat wave. It's going to be up to 33.
Those are all your highs?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, when it's that cold, I guess you don't really care if it snows or not if it's going to be that cold.
Yeah, unless it gets to where it's like real high. I'm not gonna go out there and touch that snow because
Yeah,
you know like my driveway. If it's real bad, I can always hit 4-wheel drive and get out, and then it's all plowed now. Yeah,
still got snow out there now.
yeah, we got snow last night on top of everything else, and
How much snow do you think you got last night?
it wasn't that much. It was a couple inches,
Gotcha.
just enough to cover everything back up again.
It's weird how different we are in weather climates. You could just say, "Oh, just a couple inches," but shoot, dude, if I said we got a couple inches here, everything within 100-mile radius would be totally shut down. They would lose their cool. I didn't even bother going to the store. I went to the store over the weekend, but I could imagine it was people probably going crazy and they're probably buying up stuff.
There, I mean, when I was out earlier, there was hardly anybody in the store
Yeah,
because the wind chill was below zero.
Weather.
yeah, I don't blame you.
And people were freaking out. And it wasn't so bad going into the store because the wind was hitting us in the back. As soon as we came out,
Yeah, that wind's what gets you.
And when we were walking in the store, my son's hip was having issues. And I said, well, that may be something you're going to have to get used to because you have metal screws and a metal plate on your bone. And I've heard that the cold will react to that. Even though it's wrapped in, muscle and tissue and everything, it still has a lot to do with it.
I've heard that, but only secondhand.
Yeah, I don't have metal things in me that I know of. Hard to say nowadays. I did have a needle stuck in my arm for a good bit because I wasn't a fan of needles when I was a kid. That's why I never got vaccinated when I was a kid. I had a fear of needles, so they didn't give it to me. I tightened my arm so tight it snapped the needle off in my arm. And then they wanted to give me another shot to numb it so they could get the needle out. No. You have to get this out. It's going to tear up your arm. Take it out. Yeah. And to this day, I've never had, half the stuff that they tell you you're going to get if you don't. And I probably shouldn't be talking about this. I haven't had chicken pox, measles, none of that stuff.
Now you did it.
Knock on wood.
Well, I did have the chicken pox as a kid. I'll never forget it. I was in kindergarten. Started itching.
Oh, my kids did.
Yeah.
I remember I went into PE and my stomach was itching and I lifted up my shirt and I was like, what the heck is this? So I went and told my PE coach and he said, oh man, you got the chicken pox, buddy. I'm like, what the heck is that? So you already know how that goes. Went to the office, called my mom and did the whole treatment.
Yeah, we had a chicken pox party. I don't know if that's what they call them or whatnot, but some other toddlers and whatnot came over and the kids had a play day. And I was told I should leave and come back in a few weeks because I never had it and it's dangerous for adults. took care of my kids and whatnot, and still didn't get it.
Heck, we had chickens at the time, so I'm thinking, dang, man, how the heck did the chickens get me? You know, the chickens got me.
And then they got you.
Yeah, it messed with me psychologically there for a minute. You know, as a kid in kindergarten, you're not processing all this stuff.
I'm not feeding them things anymore.
Yeah, the heck with that. I'm taking that off my chore list. We gotta have a vote. Yeah, I won't never forget it.
Yeah, I heard that if you get them when you're older, it's bad. What's that other thing called? Is it shingles? Did you get when you've had chicken pox?
How about the mumps?
No, I ain't had that either.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Only thing I ever had was the pox.
Yeah. I remember probably pronounce it rubatello or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a real bad one that somebody had in school, and they said, well, if you're juiced up, then you're fine. And we're like, oh, we need to get him out of school and everything. And I'm like, I've already been in contact with him for a week, and I ended up getting a couple weeks out of school. Wow, you actually know the year and everything. German measles, yeah, that's another one.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's because that's another thing that they're trying to get you to do is the shingles now, and the different it used to be just flu shots. You know, if you're elderly or have immune issues or something, go to Walgreens and get your dose for the year. But it's interesting that before it comes out, the actual flu, before it comes out, they don't know what it is, what strain it is. So they guess, and then they give it to people, and it's like, oh, we guessed wrong. So some years they'll guess wrong.
Which variant, or I guess which mutation it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can understand, you know, some people why they would take it. You know, it's to prevent them getting it or getting it as bad.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to be around people or especially nowadays, everything's brought to your house and everything.
Yeah.
Why introduce a foreign thing into your body if it's not absolutely necessary? I mean, I can't speak to that because I've never had one, and needles don't bother me now, so that's not a big thing. And I just remembered I still have my thing where they took the blood out of me. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember taking that thing off. Yeah, you have to think of the money made from those creations
Billions.
to give you maybe a percentage of protection.
Theoretical protection, you know.
Hey, Greg,
We
Good
might have
to see
been
you.
2 variants off.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Instead of relying on those things, work on improving your body to reject that stuff. Reject the ailment coming towards you.
Just think of like, especially somebody that travels, something could have happened in Middle Eastern Europe. And you think about all the X factors and traveling and stuff and coming back to the States doing something like that,
Yeah. And they said that the number, and this is just what I got. I don't know if it's true or not. So it's allegedly thing. The majority of sicknesses come from your family members, your kids. And where do the kids go every day? They go to school, and it's what they call it, a petri dish of
Petri dish.
yeah, and that's and then the second one is work.
Good thing it wasn't a peach tree dish. Mm. But that particular organization is in Atlanta,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. I mean, it's here.
Yeah. They got famous from The Walking Dead too.
Oh yeah.
Your people
That's what
didn't know that's one of the places, and it was actually true that it was there.
I've already embraced it. If it breaks out, it's not going to be far from me. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully they can't swim because I'm getting on the boat and I'm getting in the river.
You're getting out of Dodge is what you're doing, right? What?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking that left at Albuquerque
Just stay away from Abilene.
at
I
all
didn't
costs.
check and see if the girls were going live. They are feeling a little bit better, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. And talking about singing and stuff. Let me see.
One thing,
Chicks.
like Mr. Boswell said earlier, he said he's gotten more cold days this winter so far than the last couple. I was just thinking that the other day. I say, man, we've had more uh, below freezing or days like that in the last couple of years I can remember.
Yeah, and the thing to think about, which why isn't this on the news? What, it was up front and center when the hurricane was coming through. You were seeing all these where the flood had went through North Carolina and whatnot. Where are these crews flying by and looking at all these people that are in tents living in North Carolina right now, waiting
Oh, I know
for
it's
help
cold
from
there.
their insurance companies and stuff. These people are in tents. Where are these? The camera crews flying by and all that stuff. You don't see this. You'll see um, people driving down the road, and they'll film uh, like 3 or 4 tents out and a campfire and snow all around. Not a lot of snow, but still it's snow. And you'll see videos of that, but nothing on the news. California starts up, oh, you see all these homeless people, and there was already homeless people there.
Yeah,
And it's a lot different than being in freezing cold weather.
totally different.
And it's still thing. It's still a thing. There's still people out there, intense. waiting
is.
for their money to come in, or waiting to get a trailer or something to be put on their land until they can rebuild. Oh yeah, it's cold, and it's oh, you got a fire going and whatnot. That does nothing to do with the ground. You can be 2 feet from a fire and stick your hand on that ground and it's ice cold.
Yeah, because
Heat rises. It doesn't go into the ground and warms up the whole area.
now if you're camping on bare ground, that's where a lot of your heat's going to go is into the ground. If you don't got a good layer, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got like a wood stove and that type of tent set up, shoot, yeah, that outside fire ain't gonna do much for you.
A car wash shelter? Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the coldest. And every time I get that chill, like if I'm outside, it my mind instantly goes back when I was in Louisiana, sleeping in a tent without a sleeping bag. You never think, Shreveport, Louisiana would get cold, or even Texas for that matter, but it was cold. Oh man,
yeah, some of those states
coldest
just
I've
said to
ever
get
been.
snow again.
Yeah, and that's my brain instantly goes back to that feeling that your body aches because it's so cold.
Can't think straight either.
Mm-hmm. We were at the state fair, and we both got jobs. Um, what was I doing then? I think it was a bank ball. Oh no, milk bottle. I was working in a milk bottle joint, which is rigged. the where you have them old fashioned milk bottles up there.
Oh yeah,
The top one, it has a little bit of lead in it. So when you knock the bottom ones down, the top one comes down and kaboom. But there is tricks. There is tricks to knocking those, even winning those. So it's still winnable.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's take another look. Oh, okay. I guess this is big news.
Uh,
Uh, it just came out just a little bit ago, and it's probably been out earlier than this. Since um, evidently, billionaire Amazon founder Jeff Bezos was special guest of President Trump's inaugurational day today, along with his uh, with his wife, basically. And the big thing is she wore a laced bra,
hmm,
a white lace bra, and evidently that's the big news.
it's pretty big.
Everybody could see that this bra evidently through her shirt. Um, I don't know. They don't show pictures of it.
Man, I missed a lot today.
We go to Twitter. You got to go to Twitter. Oh wow, that's not that big of a deal. I'm not saying about her, but I mean very little. People are complaining about that. No, his wife. Oh no, girlfriend. I guess it's a girlfriend. Uh, Lauren Sanchez.
Man, she's got a wife and a girlfriend.
Her shirt was on display, evidently. Yeah, and everybody's like, "Is this what everybody's talking about?" Uh, this is a good comment. I think her shirt was from Timo. Yeah, I mean, of all the things going on and stuff, that's the big deal. You know, well, let's talk about that.
Fashion police have to have something to talk about, you know.
Yeah. Oh, what was that one lady that every get together they would talk about who what everybody wore.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I gotta watch what I say. She said something about Big Mike, and then she disappeared. So that's good.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be that or just the amount of plastics that were within her.
Oh man, yeah.
And a long time ago, people talked about opening up the casket of uh, um, Michael Jackson
Mm.
to see what the decay and stuff. And I'm like, why are you even thinking about this? And all you would see would be plastic and metal parts of what was left on his face and stuff.
So someone's claiming they did that.
No,
Like a what if.
Oh.
yeah. What if you opened it up and stuff like that and seen that? I'm like, why are you even thinking about that?
Yeah. It would take a special kind of person to even do that.
Oh, is that where he's at or hers at? You know. Well, everybody thinks it, so I might as well say it.
We got a new pres though. We don't have to worry about pronouns now.
Well, we still do here.
Oh, that's true. I say boy, girl, man, woman. That's it.
Yeah. Is there still 1,500 people locked up from the J6 thing?
Couldn't give you a number. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And reportedly, some people's gotten out. I don't know the exact number.
I'm glad he didn't sign any EO about that today. That needs to just be done,
Separately.
Yep.
Yeah. I did see here Trump signs executive order against censorship.
Yeah.
We hope. I mean, it trickles down. You know what I mean? And I've still got 3 days. I'm on probation here. So, yeah, and yeah, I won't talk about the talk about Mars or all that stuff that he was talking about. Gender.
I did see a clip of that. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it would actually take a craft or whatever they can come up with if they theoretically could do it. to get from here to Mars.
Also, the president of, I think it's a president. I don't know what they have down there. Panama vows to resist Trump from them taking it back.
Definitely be interesting.
Yeah, especially who controls it and whatnot. What else? Oh, yeah. Beijing is urging U.S. firms to continue investing in China.
Huh.
Pope speaks up.
That'd take a pretty heavy rope.
Oh, yeah. You know he's going to put his input in it.
Yeah. Pope says it's a disgrace.
Gotta look it up and see how old he is. He's getting up there.
Yeah, I've heard reports of him falling and this and that. I still get over the fact that when they were opening when they wheeled him into there to open the door, when the doors were opening, you could see gloves of fingerprints holding the doors and opening them up, and I'm like, I thought this was sealed. Who are these guys that are opening the door? Because you see their fingers around the edge of the door, grabbing the door so they can open it up. Like, I thought it was sealed. You know that it's not sealed. There's stuff in there, and if there's anything, that they're hidden, that's down in the basement somewhere that no one will ever see. I mean, that's if you had some places that you could explore and have free reign of checking out. This was a discussion a while back and everything.
Yeah.
Some people said they would like to go into the White House and explore all that places and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'd rather go to the Vatican and get down in the crypts and all those places down there. Imagine the stuff that you could find.
Oh yeah, it would blow your mind either way.
Yeah. Most of it wouldn't be able to understand, but still, you would probably find some stuff that was hidden from way back when.
Oh, thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, and even the things that they got on display in other countries, they're saying that it's a copy of things that, like the spear that stabbed Jesus.
Yeah,
they're saying that's not accurate. It's a copy and the real owners have it in their basement somewhere.
yes, key things like that I could imagine. Yeah. Like rich people, they have their real jewels and gold put up when they go out. They wear their costume jewelry.
Oh yeah.
Something happens, hey, it ain't the real thing.
Yeah. Well, let me see what time. Oh, it's about that time, isn't it? Now he says he's going to go live at 9:40, but
it's pretty specific.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't. And I just checked, and the Vineyard Chicks are still taking the night off, which is good. Even though they're feeling better, their voices need to rest longer because you start stressing those larynxes and stuff that you can bring that sickness back again, or it'll go into your throat. But hopefully they'll be ready to go next week. But let me find what's his name? Prepping 101, or the second Don, rather. I told him he needs to oh, never mind. He changed it to tomorrow.
Must not be feeling too well.
Yeah. Oh, and he got the blue sticker across there already. The YouTube thingy.
What's that mean?
It means YouTube is paying attention to him. Yeah, he says, I will be live tomorrow, currently fighting a sinus infection, which there's quite a few people having sinus issues right now. So, do you know if Bonnie's going live tonight?
I think she is. Or she already has. I don't know.
Hopefully she don't get the snowmageddon again. I know some parts of Texas heck, even Arizona I think was supposed to get some snow.
Yeah. Well, Arizona does. The northern part. They're usually quite a bit of
I don't appreciate it this far down south. Whoever did the snow dance,
That's right. Well, I testify. We don't need that cold down here.
I mean, I know I might have did too many rain dances during hurricane season. I admit that.
Here we go. She will be live. Let me go ahead and put her link up, and we can head over there. Because I was going to ask him today if he was going to go live tonight or not. In 27 minutes?
Hey, what's up, Ed?
Yeah, I guess 9:30.
Good to see you, buddy.
I just looked at it, and it's... Oh, wrong one.
Let's see.
Yeah, it says 9 o'clock. Oh, Pat already said hi, Bonnie.
Sometimes I'll get somebody's 30-minute pre-notification at the exact time they're going live.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking,
or afterwards.
Yeah, or afterwards, yeah.
I hear a lot of people tell me, oh, I got your notification after your live was over.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, but Bonnie has a good live. She has good conversations and whatnot. And every once in a while, you get to see wildlife up there too.
Sometimes. You never know. You never know where a watt will be.
Okay.
And one thing, if it snows tomorrow, I won't be out. Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but being as I went to, actually, I got the picture of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick before I jump off of here. Come on.
You said y'all were getting down in the 40s tonight down there in Florida?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, let's see, 40, 45, 46.
I don't know if you see that because the package is green. So they shoved it in my P.O. box and I can't get it out of there because the frame of the door sticks out. And I'm like trying to pull this thing out. And I said, there's no way I can get this out of there. And I can't because it's a holiday. They weren't there officially.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm, and I felt like a monkey, when they put fruit in a hole or something, they try to get it out, and I'm sitting there trying to get my fingers, and pulling it out. And
It fits from the inside because it doesn't have that lip of the hinges.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, well, I'll have to go there tomorrow and tell them, hey, can you guys go back here and get my thing out of the box because it won't come out the front door.
That sums up the postal service and as a whole. My sister sent me, my youngest sister, she sent me she's getting married next month, but she sent me an invitation and it went from her house, which is not too far from me, all the way to Atlanta, then came all the way back from Atlanta, then came to me.
Yeah. That's the way it works here too.
Thinking, man, that is crazy.
Only just not Atlanta, just other big cities.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. She's live. So everybody head on over there and spam some heart emojis and check out Bonnie as she starts her live. She usually goes pretty late in the night, depending on how she's feeling and stuff. But with that being said, I will see you maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. I do have another video coming up. It's my entry video for the collaboration I'm co-hosting. I'm like the last person to do their entry video. I've been wanting to do it outside, but I said, screw it. It's just too cold.
Yeah.
Stay in my grow room.
Is this for the herbs or the survival seed?
The survival seeds. I still have to do an herb one. I don't know if I have to do an herb one. I technically I don't have to do one. Even though I'm still doing the collab, so I figure I might as well. But should have that video out tomorrow, and I got some other ones lined up. Somebody suggested that to get me back going again to do videos every day, and it's a stretch because it wouldn't be so bad if it was just one channel, but I'm getting that itch to put a video out on my prepping your soul too. So I may be putting out like 4 videos a day, and that would be pushing it.
Yes.
So
I think it's safe to say we appreciate all your content, but just do it at your own pace. We understand.
yeah. Well, that's the way when I was going good, I was putting out a video every day.
Yeah.
And yeah. But anyways, head on over to Bonnie's, and I'll see you over there. And everybody have a blessed day, and happy Trump Day.
Right.
Not everybody.
Good night.